Pope admits clerical abuse of nuns including sexual slavery.
Here's a summary of the article.
EPA Pope Francis has admitted that clerics have sexually abused nuns, and in one case they were kept as sex slaves. He said in that case his predecessor, Pope Benedict, was forced to shut down an entire congregation of nuns who were being abused by priests. It is thought to be the first time that Pope Francis has acknowledged the sexual abuse of nuns by the clergy. Pope Francis made the comments on Tuesday to reporters while on a historic tour of the Middle East. Pope Benedict had the courage to dissolve a female congregation which was at a certain level, because this slavery of women had entered it, slavery, even to the point of sexual slavery, on the part of clerics or the founder. Pope Francis said the problem was ongoing but happened largely in certain congregations, predominantly new ones, and in certain regions more than others. Just days ago the Vatican's women's magazine, Women Church World, condemned the abuse, saying in some cases nuns were forced to abort priests' children, something Catholicism forbids.
This post received a score of 56,454, with an upvote ratio of 90%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Pope Benedict had the courage to dissolve a female congregation. Courage to always makes everything sound better, doesn't it?
We was brave enough to stop slavery within his own organization, oh for fuck's sake.
I mean, that makes sense to me. He sees a horrible practice, he tries to put a stop to it. That's in a vacuum, though. He didn't quite do that.
You mean punishing the nuns isn't quite the same thing as standing up against a horrible practice within your own ranks?
Wait, did he punish them? I read that as he realized that the whole convent was basically a den of slaves and he shut it down and moved the nuns somewhere safe. I can't imagine they'd want to stay in an environment where they've been abused for years.
Closing down the convent isn't enough. The people doing the abusing should be reported to the authorities and held to account for their behavior. Closing down the convent and moving the perpetrators somewhere else isn't courageous, it perpetuates the problem. They won't just stop being abusers because they don't have access to the same nuns anymore. Yes, those nuns may be somewhere safe now, but until the perpetrators are brought to justice the problem continues.
Well, you see, in his opinion the Catholic Church is the ultimate authority. It was in fact, for quite some time, render unto Caesar that which is Caesar's. Earthly crimes and their punishments isn't the Church's job by their own text.
Right. Render unto, as in give up to Caesar that which is Caesar's. The Church doesn't necessarily need to punish under this text, and putting aside obvious issues of morality, but they do need to give the issue up to the government. They aren't even doing that, but instead are preventing it by engaging in cover-ups.
They can happily burn in hell according to their own gospel. That's some real poetic justice right there.
I love that Bill Burr interview where he was asked if he thinks he went a little far with the jokes about the Catholic Church, and Bill Burr says, "Don't you think the Catholic Church went too far?"
One of his best retorts in an interview ever. 100% on point and completely reasserted his original points in a single question.
I love it when he makes the analogy about moving around captive killer whales when they hurt a trainer, and one of the hosts says, "Okay, I'm not totally following." Bill Burr is a brilliant man.
Yet, he makes all his material approachable for everyone. Wait, that just confirms his genius. Carry on.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.